Hi everybody, welcome to my channel. In today's video, I kind of wanted to just go through what my plans are for my hobonichi weeks for 2026 because we are in December now, and that means that I can start my weeks in December since the week starts in December for those who don't know. But yes, I'm so excited because I feel like I've been just waiting so long to start using it. And as you can see, I already started decorating it. And I kind of started writing in sticky notes inside of what my plans are, just so I can kind of get a visual for how I would set up everything. So that's what I'm going to be walking you through today. I did post a short about decorating my cover not too long ago. So if anybody watched that, or if you go back and watch that, it obviously has changed a lot, but I feel like I really like it so much better. The cool thing is I got the, I think the color is antique green. You can't really see it because I have the plastic cover on it. But the material of it, like the stickers come off really easily. Like obviously I don't have much on these like cutouts. But even those, like, I could peel off very easily. So that makes me very happy because if I change my mind, like I already did, but you know, sometime in the next couple months, like I can always like rearrange it or put something else. But I feel like I'm really happy with it, honestly. So we'll see. So yeah, let's get started. So I already started putting a couple stickers in the inside cover. I didn't want to fill it out too much because obviously I do want to get stuff. Oh, let me relight my candle. All right, where was I? Yes, I was saying that obviously I already started decorating my inside cover, but I didn't want to put too many stickers because I kind of wanted to reflect my personality or where I'm at in terms of like what I like and don't like as I go throughout the year. I'm already thinking I'll probably fill this up well before then because it's not even 2026 and I already started. But yeah, I just have some cute little stickers that make me happy. My favorites, like these two mice that, I don't know, just remind me of me and my husband. I do have this little like tag that comes in the Hirono, or like, is that how you say Hirono? Blind figure series, and it's the guy I have right here. And it's the first one I've gotten. I actually went not too long ago to get the new Carnival series because I've been so obsessed with it. Yeah, and then I have this random like tag that came in a big like ephemera, what do you call it, pack. And it's nothing special. I just like the color of it, honestly. So that's why I have it here. But yeah. So my intentions with this first page, I've been playing around with the idea of putting a sticker here. But I haven't committed to anything that I really like. So I'll just let it be until I find something that I really love. But my intention with this first page is to just keep a sticky note here, just to have it here as like whenever I'm reaching just for my weeks, if I'm on a call and a meeting and I just need to make a note really quick, if I have an appointment coming up, if my friend recommends like a book or something, like I can just write it down really quick on here and then later on like organize it where it belongs, whether it's here or my journal, doesn't matter. I find that I get like a lot of these moments and I end up writing it where they belong. Like let's say someone recommends a book to it and I write it down on my journal or my old planner, and it was just so in the moment, like I'm standing or walking and it's so scribbly and like I know it doesn't matter, but to me I would just like to like do the quick scribble of it here and then when I have time put it in its right place. And I will say most of my ideas for the weeks are inspired by a lot of people that have been posting about it or who are in the hobonichi like planning and journaling community. If I say something was completely my idea, then that's because I made it up. But again, most of this, it's completely inspired by other people. And I pulled down in the description like my favorite people to watch. But right now in the moment, I can't remember like who, like what creator thought of what part of my system, if that makes sense. Okay. Like for example, this one for this page, I'm thinking of just putting stars for like once the month is complete. And I haven't seen one particular creator do this. I've seen a lot of people do this. So that's just like where I got an inspiration from, and it really clicks with me, like the satisfaction of kind of checking it off with a sticker as you complete it, and then you can see as you're closer to the end of the year. For this section, I'm thinking of making not like a collage, like inspirational, I don't know how to say it. I think this is definitely inspired by MEB though, on Instagram, and I believe that's her YouTube name as well, but she'll be linked down below. But she kind of puts like, I don't know, like her manifestation like visuals here on like either cutouts or photos or whatever and stickers. And I feel like something similar that I'm gonna be doing that, like spinning it off of that, is putting maybe like a sticker here or just like a cover, just covering this up completely because I'm not gonna use this in any way. And then maybe writing like my name, and maybe like writing a letter to myself and putting like a little envelope on here. And that letter like just reflect where I am and kind of have it be like a manifestation letter, because that's something I like to do when I start a new journal, where I write like a letter to myself and the things I like hope I have accomplished by the time I'm done. And it's not even a specific like by the time that year ends or anything, just like that, just like in general when I'm done with the journal or whatever. Obviously will be a year once I'm done with it, but hope you get my idea. I feel like this is the section where I'm not really too sure or committed to what I'm gonna be doing. I wrote some personal stuff on that sticky note, so I'm just gonna blur it. But I've just been sketching out basically like, you know, tracking my menstrual cycle with like a little symbol or something like that. I've thought about doing my steps, but I don't know. It's just something that is gonna make me feel guilty if I don't get that many steps in. So I don't think I would really work like that. Definitely I want to track like my headaches because I am prone to getting headaches and migraines. So I feel like that's something to like good to keep track of. But let me know if anyone has any other ideas of stuff I can keep track of like that doesn't require too much like work, because obviously if I have to like draw something in or write like my steps each day, like I'm just not gonna keep track of it. But obviously things like my period, like headaches, they're very easy to just go in and like either highlight a box or write a little like quick symbol of a star or something like that. Those are my plans so far. Up here, I don't know what I'm gonna do. If anyone has any ideas for that too, let me know. For my monthly calendar, I'm kind of, I don't know if I've said this yet, but I'm using my weeks as a traditional like planner, kind of how I've been doing the last couple of years personally. So for the monthly sections, I'm just gonna keep track of appointments, birthdays, any upcoming plans with friends, bills coming up, like with due dates, deadlines. I actually just noticed this at the bottom. It has like 4 little, I think it's a little out of frame, but maybe I can write down like priorities of things I want to accomplish that month. I don't know. I did that in my day designer, but I found that I usually don't stick with whatever I write, so I don't know either. And then for this section, I've seen a lot of people do mood trackers, which I really like. So I think that's my idea. I just haven't committed to it yet. I think right now what I'm doing like on Instagram and YouTube is just looking up like inspo, like what people have done in the past, and just to try and gather like whose system kind of clicks for me as well and works for my brain, and just, you know, grabbing from everybody a little bit. Okay, and then for the weekly sections, I did a video not too long ago where I said I've been testing out like how I'm planning to set up in my weeks in like this little like just random planner that I bought for that intention, to just use it how I would be using a week's, if that makes sense. Like I've even drawn like a little line of how I'm planning to do here. So what I've been doing and what I feel like has been working for me is to split this down into 2 columns. The left column wouldn't be that big, but it would just be for like events that I already had on my schedule, like in the monthly schedule, like dates, anything that I have to remember to do that day, like an appointment, a doctor's appointment, or if I'm going out with a friend later, something that's already like set in stone like that. And then on the right side, I'm gonna use it kind of like for memory keeping, and not in the extent, because I realized that I started doing that in, again, that demo planner where I would want to write down like a lot once I started writing down a little highlight. And that's why I started a whole other journal. So I think for this, I definitely want to just write down like short, like highlights without any emotions. I don't know if emotions is the right word, but just like, you know, this for dinner, work from home, or updates with my cats, or had headache, or just like little short snippets. Because what I found when I'm going back and updating my journal, if there's been days that like I've kind of fallen behind on, it really helps to come back to this week's, because obviously my intention is to use it every day and carry with me everywhere. And I get a refresher of what I did that day, because I have a really bad memory if I haven't mentioned it already. So if I didn't go back and look at what I did the day before, like I wouldn't remember what I ate or what I did or who I talked to. But yeah, that's been working for me so far. So we'll see if that stays throughout the year. For this section, just like the graded blank section, I'm thinking of putting like habit trackers that just for my everyday habits. I'm not putting anything that's like new that would make me like, I don't know, because obviously I don't want to put a habit that it's not realistic, and then it just makes me feel bad about not keeping up with it. Something I did write down is like takeout. Like that's something I definitely want to keep track of, because I want to like not do as much takeout. It's up for like the weekends, if anything. So I think it'd be good for me to see if I do it a lot throughout the week and, you know, remind myself to chill out. I do have to take iron and remind myself to take iron because I am anemic. So that's something that I'm not doing right now. Sounds bad, but obviously I want to prioritize for the next year. But it's not like unrealistic, if that makes sense. Like I'm not gonna put like how many times I work out throughout the day, because I'm not a person that works out every single day. Like that's not achievable for me, and I know that. But taking my iron pills, like if I see that I've been slacking in a week, like again, just seeing it, it's gonna remind me to like get back on track with it. And then something that I do like that a lot of people have been doing is like a running to-do list. So just writing a to-do list of everything that I want to accomplish that week, and obviously whatever I don't get to it would get moved to the next week. Other ideas I had for this section is like medium consuming, and if anything, to fill it out with like maybe affirmations or anything like that. I want to put too many stickers, because I think I first mentioned that I don't want it to get too bulky, because I am planning on carrying my weeks with me everywhere. So if I'm taking smaller bags or anything like that, like I just don't want it to chunk up. And I feel like my journal does give me the creative outlet to do that when I have like I want to do that for that day and just fill it with stickers and ephemera, receipts, like anything like that. And I'm letting that chunk up. So once I'm here, it's like I don't want to do that much. And I also put some little tabs on here earlier. For my notes section in the back, I'm planning to do some like list trackers as well as some, not commonplacing, but just like some other, I think it'll make sense once I get to it because I don't want to say journaling or anything like that. But in terms of my list trackers, like I want to keep track of like gift ideas, which I already have been doing like in my notes app. So I think it'd be good to keep that on here. So I usually just write down the name of like my family member or friend, and as I go throughout the year, if I'm out with them or they mention something like that they need or want or anything like that, like I keep track of it. So once come December, like my family does Christmas lists, but I think it's also cool to get someone something that they're like, oh, I forgot I saw that at the store and I liked it or something like that. It's random, but that's my love language, gift giving. So I think if I was rich, I would get everybody everything they want, but I'm not. So I try to be more intentional with it. Also have a wish list of just random stuff I want to buy throughout the year, like bags, stationery stuff, just anything like that, and just keep like a running wish list. Because another thing I do struggle with too come Christmas, and when my family says like, oh, like let's make a Christmas list, all of a sudden I forget everything that I like and I've been wanting. So I think that'd be nice to keep up to, like a new perfume, a new music album, or just random stuff that sometimes I just blank out and can't think of anything when it comes to it. And maybe like a list of places to visit. I originally had to put this as like stationery shops to visit because right now that's like my current obsession. Like I want to go to Chicago and visit Paper and Pencil, or I want to go to Yoseka in the city. So I wanted to keep a track of those, but I kind of just extended it to places in general I want to visit. Because if I'm obsessed with something else in the next 2-3 months, then obviously I'm gonna want to visit different places. And me and my husband like don't travel a lot, so I feel like it'd be nice to kind of have a bucket list of things we want to explore, places we want to go see, or even if it's like restaurants we want to go and eat at, like keeping a bucket list. And if there's like an area where there's a lot of places we want to go to, maybe we can make that one of our goals to like prioritize that place, if that makes sense. But yeah, those are gonna be just like lists in the beginning, and then I'm just gonna keep track of them here. And then after those lists comes the idea where I want to call it commonplacing, because I know that's like what people are calling it in their journals, but it's not really commonplacing. It's like journaling, where as I go, if I have anything that I want to remember, like if I have a really bad migraine, if I was feeling some type of way, like I had nausea or something like that, like health updates, like I could write that and either put like a dot sticker on here to remember that. And then also finances, because sometimes what I like to do when it comes to like my checks for works and my deposit is break it down, like how much I need to take out for either taxes or bills, etc., and with how much money I'm left, and then like sorting that into how much I'll need for groceries, like any pet needs, blah blah blah, and with how much money I'm left over at the end that I can use it to have fun, if anything. So that's another thing I do, when I could do it with this dot sticker. And then at the bottom, I put like stationery once in usage plans, because another thing that have been thought of a lot is like, like right now I've been wanting like a day free hobonichi for work. So like I could put that in as an entry. Again, I'm not gonna call it commonplace entry, but let me know if there's a right word for what I'm trying to describe here. But any stationery that I'm obsessing, if I want a specific fountain pen or anything like that, like I like to remember like the names of the item and write it down, like the specifics, any colors, blah blah blah, and like what my intentions are for using it, because I feel like that would be a good way to kind of let it out on paper, because most of the time, you know, like you hyperfixate on something for like a week, and then in a couple months you're like, oh, why did I want that? Not that I would wait that long if it's something that I would really want to buy it. But if it's going to be like a bigger purchase or something that I, you know, would rather save up for, like I want to make sure I can capture like what my intentions are for that, and if they make sense to me or they still apply to me like a couple of days, weeks, or however long I would need to save up for it to buy it, if it still reflects my first intentions with it, if that makes sense. So that's what I'm planning to do with my notes app. If anyone has any other ideas or lists that you like to use in your notes section, let me know. What else is back here? I just have a pen test right now back here. I don't really think I'm gonna be using this page. I'll try, but I don't know. I don't think so. And my 100, I'm just gonna use it for books, because I already keep track of it like on Fable and Goodreads. So like I'm not gonna try to make it 100, because I think this year I've read like 40 something. So obviously I'm not gonna read 100, and I don't want to make my goal unrealistic. But it'd still be nice to like come back and see all the books that I did read for that year. I was trying to understand my handwriting. For here, for Memories 2026, this section, I think I just want to keep track of restaurants that like I've tried and my thoughts of it. So like if there's a new restaurant, write down the name of it, and if I would go back there again. I don't know what I would do, like a 5-star rating system, or just put a symbol for if I would go back, I wouldn't go back, had a good time. Like I don't know yet, but that's something I definitely want to keep track of, because sometimes like me and my husband, like when we're wanting to go out to dinner or something like that, like we'll be like, oh, let's switch it up. Should we go to this restaurant? Like we've been there before once, but we can't remember how our experience was, or if we liked a specific dish or anything like that. I don't know if I'll have enough room here for me to put all those thoughts down. But again, like I think that's my primary intention. I just don't know exactly how I'm gonna be laying that out. And I think that's it. Oh, I saw someone on Reddit say that they used this one, I was gonna say last year, but it's still 2025, as kind of like a mood tracker. So technically you're checking off the days as you go, but then you're also able to see like what your mood was mostly for the year. And I thought that was a really smart idea, so I might copy that too, and just use different colors for the moods that you want to keep track of. That's it. I just have some random stuff back here, like notes, stuff to remember. I have this little cutout that I think is going to be going here, where I said I want to use like, just put a piece of like paper as a background, and then put a little like envelope as a manifestation letter to myself, and then put this here because I really like it. But I think that's it. yeah, let me know what you guys think. If you guys have any other ideas for, sections I'm still looking to define my goals with, what you're using your weeks for. Like I said, I'm using my weeks like as a traditional planner. I like to think so. But I know a lot of people use it to like, for media tracking, health, fitness tracking, and nothing like that. And even though that's not what I need, I still love to watch people's videos. And I think what I love about like just the community and watching other people plan and journal is it fascinates me how like they think and their process behind planning or really like explaining their thoughts and emotions. I don't know if that makes sense, but yeah. But yeah, let me know what your intentions are, if you have any more ideas for me, and thanks for watching.